What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap, where he rambles on about God knows what. Anyway, he starts talking about his podcast, which he ended up spending nearly an hour ranting and raving about the whole Arturo Sanchez stuff, and we got a nice little tidbit there. We found out that he actually asked Arturo to jump on his podcast for an interview. Remember, he said he tried doing something different back in December. He reached out to someone, but he got ghosted. So apparently that's who it was. Apparently Arturo Sanchez said, "Nah, pimp, I don't want to tie my horse to your sinking ship." And also he goes and rants rave about his last night's playthrough where he barely got any support. I mean, nobody really cares about that game. That game looks utter crap and trash, and I don't know what the hell he was expecting. Also, real quick, season 2 of Local Pasta Eric has been greenlit, folks. It is on. We are going on. We thought it was over, but apparently our pastor here is just losing it, trying to sell NFTs, calling out people yet again, calling names, and just ranting and raving like your old uncle at Christmas. So just wanted to let you know it's been greenlit, so we are excited. We should be pumping out some of that content soon, and it is wild. So let's see what the other Supreme Locale Phil has to say.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 20th of January, 2023. So what happened today on DSP Gaming? Well, let's start from the beginning. The Level 1 podcast today had a 35-minute segment to start that literally had nothing to do with me or my channels. It was a follow-up to a story that I had done several weeks ago regarding the fighting game community and my, former pro player slash friend Arturo Sanchez. I've known the guy since the 1990s. I had a take on the situation a few weeks ago because he's under fire in the fighting game community, being accused of misappropriating funds as a tournament director. And originally I talked about this story around 3 weeks ago.
Originally you talked about it because for some reason you tied this story into yourself and how people continuously, ask you to show proof of specific things and you refuse. So of course you try to tie yourself to someone more popular like Arturo and say, look, we're the same. And you're not the same. All right, Phil. You have 15 years of being a content creator and just being a shady person that no one trusts. And Arturo has always had a pretty good reputation. And he ended up getting caught up in some mess. And it turns out that it wasn't him. You know what I mean? So it's a big difference, Phil. You've been caught up in messes and continuously found to be wrong. And, the accusations were correct. And you just sat back there and just said, I did nothing wrong. While Arturo, pretty much has been, clean. And there is no issue. So for you to try to blend yourself into that issue, it's just you trying to do some damage control for your mess.
There's been further developments. People keep asking me about my thoughts about the further developments, so today I decided to go into detail because there's actually been...
No one is asking you anything. Look, you're talking to somebody who watches your boring content, and not one person has ever said, hey, whatever happened to Arturo Sanchez? Why don't you follow up on that and give us a 45-minute rant about it? No one has ever said it, Phil.
A big follow-up. Now, here's the thing. I know that a vast majority of my viewers probably don't care about this, but it's something that's important to me. So I wanted to talk about it on the show. Today it's a variety topic, but I put it first. And the reason I put it first is because I know there very well may be people outside of my content that stumble upon this video on YouTube and want to watch it as a summary of everything that's going on with Arturo. So, first 35 minutes of the Level 1 podcast are about the fighting game community. And if you don't care about that, you can skip by them. Then I go over things like my schedule, my thoughts on the games I'm playing, etc., etc., etc. The usual stuff that I would actually do on a stream. So, that being said, it was a good show today with a variety of topics. People seemed to enjoy it. Then, once that was done, we went into more Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Now, here's the thing about Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's an interactive playthrough. It's really reliant on you guys coming by and telling me what's interesting, what's important, items that I may not know about, how to do certain things in the game.
Let me explain that. Let me explain it in Pygnosis, translate the Pygnosis. What he's saying is he's a terrible gamer. It would probably take him 3 years to beat the game. So he needs someone to help him with the walking simulator.
Still don't have lockpicking down, but outside of that, I've learned a lot and I'm really enjoying this playthrough. You guys are showing up for it. You're interacting for it. You are engaging and you're supporting it. So thank you so very much. I'm very happy with how this viewer's choice playthrough is going because you guys seem to really be, digging it, and I'm happy about that. So it went well. 3 hours of great.
He managed to hit the tier 3 tip goal. That's why he likes it. But again, like most of these walking sims, the support will die off soon, and then he'll complain that, oh my god, you guys locked it before you guys hit the tier 3 tip goal. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. And it's just the whole same song and dance with this man.
Interactive fun with the audience. Everyone seemed to have a good time. I had a good time. So no complaints. Then on tonight's late stream, Signalis, the continuation of the survival horror game that I started earlier this week. Keep in mind, this is the game you guys had voted for because it was a vote between Signalis and Resident Evil 0. You guys seem to want Signalis. That's what you voted for. It's interesting. We got into
all right, spoiler alert on this one. The playthrough was horrible. He was at $20 most of the night and begging, of course, begging. And I got a video coming out with the playthrough of Stinkalis' game for it because the game's garbage. It's just a bad game. And he plays it terribly. He was at $20 all night, moaning and complaining. Talk about you guys voted for this, and the whole trying to beg and use that sneak begging. And then near the end, some whale came in and dropped another 20. So I think he finished at like $40 or something like that. But he was just not happy because this was the second playthrough of this game. And, although it's free and it didn't cost him anything, our boy Phil deserves or thinks he deserves a level of support for new, quote unquote, new playthroughs. Mind you, this game came out back in like September, so nobody really cares about it. It's very similar to what's that gameplay that he played he played it late just recently. He's always late to the game because he just he'd rather play old retro games instead of playing something kind of new that came out. And then he complains when he doesn't get that support.
Another 2 hours of it tonight. It definitely got a lot harder. More enemies, less opportunity to really know where you're going or what you're doing. The puzzles got more complex. And the plot's getting more interesting. We're finding out about what happened with these synths and why they're actually acting the way that they are. There was actually a pretty big horror twist at one point. And then we headed up to a new area. So we finished the area we were in last time, headed into a brand new area, got a good chunk into that one. So I had a great time. Now, I'll be honest with you. Some people complain about it. Oh, I don't like this. It's boring. It's like, it's old school survival horror. It plays very similar to Resident Evil 1 Remake, which I just played. So why are you complaining? I'm actually confused because people liked Resident Evil 1 Remake. They asked for another survival horror game. I asked you which one you wanted. You voted and said Signalis. So I'm a little confused about the people who are showing up just to complain. I really am. Outside of that, I really liked it. I had a great time with the game tonight. We had, good progress. Some fun interactions with the stream audience. Some of the puzzles were a little challenging, but we overcame them. Didn't really get stuck on anything. I think that this game has potential that you might get stuck on a puzzle or two. And I don't know if it's just dumb luck or me just kind of messing around the right way or actually understanding certain puzzles, but I seem to be doing pretty good progress. All right, so I'm having a good time with it. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the playthrough so far. If you continue to watch it on demand on YouTube, by all means, remember, liking the videos, leaving comments helps. The viewership ain't great on the playthrough. I'm going to be honest. It's not. I feel like this is a game that went under everyone's radar back in October. It's a lesser known game, so people are not following this like they were the Resident Evil 1 Remake playthrough. That doesn't mean it's a bad game, okay, at all. In fact, I think that the game is quite good. And I hope that you guys will check it out on demand if you get a chance, okay? Now, outside of that, I'm just trying to think if there's, like, anything else to really talk about, from today. The support for Signalis wasn't that great. At the same time, the first stream got really great support, so that's good. I am a little nervous because for the next couple times that I play Signalis, I have to have it be the daytime stream. Reason being, I'm being told the game is anywhere from 10 to 14 hours long, depending on, how long you get stuck on puzzles and the like. And that's all well and good, but I'm 5 hours in right now. So I need to basically do 2 more major streams just to guarantee I can beat it. If I do another night stream to finish it, if it does take me longer, I'll have that opportunity later in the week. But, I'll be honest. There wasn't that many viewers. It was probably about 250 viewers, if that. And, support wasn't great. It was okay. Actually, we had a big tip at the end that someone gave. And that was really the only reason that it ended up being kind of an okay night stream. But just to give some perspective, we only hit the didn't even hit the tier 1 tip skull. Excuse me. I think we had like 2 super chats all night, maybe 3, and a membership. So it was pretty slow. And I don't know if it was just because it was a random night stream. I have no clue. I'm hoping it does better because it actually did pretty good last time I played it earlier in the week. I guess we'll have to see when I play it again on Sunday, okay? So what can you expect tomorrow, Saturday? Well, the first stream, again, is going to be the Level 1 podcast.
I love how he correlates things, but yet can't correlate other things. Like, he can correlate and say, well, you tipped me great or good for the first playthrough. Why didn't you tip me good for the second playthrough, right? But then he won't correlate the fact that people find him to be detestable because he begs, he complains, he has a horrible disposition. He can't correlate that, and I know what that is. A lot of that is just that mental block that he has, where he has a deficiency of trying to see the terrible person he is, because if he would actually sit down and actually look at his life and the type of person he is and the way he treats people, he may have a mental breakdown. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that.
No FGC drama this time, hopefully. And then later on after that, it'll be One Piece Odyssey, and it looks like we are poised to finish the first area of the game. That would be good if we did. If we actually finished the very first area.
By the way, Samantha, your girl, right over here, is excited to be here. She's excited that season 2 is greenlit, so she just wanted to stop by and say thank you, Familia.
I'd be happy with that. I guess we'll find out if we do or not. But and then on the late stream, it's going to be more Warzone. Now, the Warzone stream I did yesterday was outstanding. It was probably my favorite Warzone stream of all time. So tune in tomorrow, see if I can do more top 10 performances, more bounties, all the like. It should be a great time. Sunday then is going to be Signalis on the first stream and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on the late stream. And you might say, why is Elder Scrolls getting the night stream treatment? I just told you why Signalis has to be a day stream. And out of all the games I'm playing right now, I am in absolutely no hurry whatsoever with Oblivion. We can take our sweet time with the game. Eventually, depending on how well it goes, maybe I'll get the DLC, which you guys have been recommending. What is it, Shivering Isles? We're in no hurry. Why have to rush through it? It doesn't have to be a daytime stream. Signalis absolutely has to be, because we have to finish it in time for the Dead Space remake next Friday. One Piece Odyssey, it's the newest game, and we have to be sure that we're making good progress in it. So those games make sense to have to be the daytime streams, which is why we're going to have night streams of Oblivion. However, I hope that you will attend and support the Night of Oblivion streams, because it's going to be a good time regardless, okay? So, I had a great day today overall. Couldn't be happier. Great support overall. Great attendance. Everyone loved it. Good content. Oh, by the way, new YouTube short I released this morning. It was from last night's Warzone stream. Some people seem to really like it. Others say, nah, I actually like the different moment from last night's stream. But in particular, this is a YouTube short where I was completely shocked and surprised that I died in a certain way. And that YouTube short currently has around 700 views. It's been up for about 10 hours or so. Compared to that, on my day off, I released a YouTube short with Jasper talking.
Okay, no one cares. I will give you guys back 27 seconds of your life. My apologies. Alrighty, folks. I'll be there definitely to capture the Warzone stream and any other boring videos that our boy Phil has to say. But big ups to Pastor Eric, or Pasta Eric, Pasta Derek, and Samantha for a new season 2 that will be popping off soon. So peace out.